This episode of Soldier Knows Best is brought to you by Audible. Now, Audible is the leading provider of downloadable digital audiobooks. They have categories ranging from fiction, nonfiction, to drama and comedy, and you can download these audiobooks on pretty much any device out there and listen to it no matter where you are. And one book you may be interested in listening to is coming from BJ Novak, and it's called One More Thing, Stories and Other Stories. Now, you can download this book or another book of your choosing for absolutely free by going to audible.com/soldier, and you get a free 30-day trial. You can download one audiobook of your choice. Again, that's audible.com/soldier. Hey, what's up guys? Soldier Knows Best here, back with another video talking about Destiny, and this time I'm talking about the new expansion, The Dark Below. Now, The Dark Below expands on Destiny, which just came out not that long ago, but it brings new quests and new missions, a new strike, and also a new raid, plus some new armor and weapons. I'm going to talk about the good and bad things with The Dark Below with Destiny. First, it's going to talk about the new quest that you get. So basically, there's a new character, Eris, and you meet her in the tower, and she has some new quests for you to do. And unfortunately, these quests take you to a lot of locations that you've already been to on Earth. Some of them very early on in the original game of Destiny, but you've already revisited a lot of these places that you go to. But there are some new locations that you will be fighting enemies in, and usually these new missions and quests end up in a place that's new that you haven't been to. And I would say that the combat has definitely been fine-tuned to be a little bit more, I would say a little bit more chaotic, but still controlled. But I found that I had a lot more fun playing these new quests and missions than I did playing some of the original ones in Destiny. Now, ultimately, as you complete these quests, which take about 10 minutes or so, especially the very early ones, you'll get to the new strike that is in the game. Now, PlayStation owners get 2 new strikes, where if you're on the Xbox, you only get 1 new strike, which sucks. But you'll be getting that second strike in the fall or winter of 2015, which is a long ways away. And I don't like that, but you will be getting it eventually. But anyway, this new strike has a lot of witches, and again, it's one of the hardest strikes that I've had to go through, but it basically comes down to you staying in one little room and kind of fighting all the enemies off and trying to pop shots at the main witch that is in there, which sounds like something else, but I did say witch. And so my biggest complaint with the original Destiny is the lack of storytelling, the lack of cutscenes, and in The Dark Below, it doesn't get any better. I mean, they're still trying to explain certain parts of the story while you're traveling on this very boring load screen, watching your ship go through space, or you're actually on the planet itself traveling to a location to begin the mission, and you're trying to dodge rocks and dodge groups of enemies and not even focusing on what she's telling you in your ear. And then also, I don't even think there are any new cutscenes in The Dark Below. I may be wrong, but I don't remember watching one new cutscene at all. I mean, the commercials for Destiny are better than the cutscenes that you find in the game, which is definitely disappointing. And so I end up still going through the missions and quests, but not really learning that much more about Destiny. And I know I can go online and read up on the story and go to Bungie's website and read all the different stuff, but I want to be able to get that information in the game, and The Dark Below unfortunately does not make that any better for me. But now it's going to move on to the new gear that is in the game. So you have new legendary and also exotic weapons and armor that you can get either by completing the new raid or just by going to one of the vendors in the tower or getting a random loot drop. And so now you can easily reach light level 30 or 31 just by buying gear from people in the tower. You don't have to grind on the Vault of Glass for many, many hours anymore, which is kind of disappointing for all those people, including myself, who have done that. But you're able to kind of skip all that now. And even if you don't have The Dark Below, you're able to reach at least light level 30 or 31. As far as the weapons, you do get one new weapon right off the bat pretty much after you complete like this second or third quest. And this new weapon is called the Murmur, and it's a fusion rifle. And it's pretty unique because it's the first weapon that allows you to switch between arc or solar damage. So you don't have to totally switch weapons. If you find another enemy that you come across, you just need to switch that within the weapon itself. Now, it still, involves you pulling up the menu and just clicking on something else, which it would be easy to click on another weapon. But I do like having this one weapon that can kind of have 2 duties and be able to knock out 2 types of enemies pretty easily. Now, in addition to this weapon, you have other weapons that you can earn by doing the raid as well. And a lot of these weapons have a very unique look to them. They look like something that a Hive enemy would use. They have like a shell, dark shell, glowy type of look to them. Some of them have skulls on them. So I really like the way Destiny is incorporating the enemy in this raid to the weapons. But coming back to the weapons, there now is a new way to buff your current exotic weapons. And it basically involves you going to visit Xur when he shows up on the weekend. And he'll have a certain selection of exotic weapons that you can upgrade upgrade to give you a higher damage output. And so basically you just need to equip whatever exotic weapon that you have, and if he does have that as a selection, you'll spend some currency, and then now it'll reset all of your perks that you have earned. I know that sucks, but you'll start out at a higher damage level than you did before, and then you'll just have to rebuild your perks and also upgrade your damage as well. Now with this new upgrade system, Bungie has pissed off a lot of gamers because people who have tons of exotic weapons, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, how many of them, and you grind it to max them out perk wise, but now you have to start all the way over. That does suck to an extent. Now I think Bungie can easily rectify this just by giving another option where you may have to pay more, spend more strange coins, or spend more exotic shards, but you can keep all of your perks and also get the chance to upgrade your damage output. And I think Bungie, if they were to do that, they can kind of chill out a lot of gamers who are pissed at this one particular change in the Dark Below expansion. Now, a lot of people have expressed their anger with losing all the perks that they have earned after hours of grinding, but Bungie did say, again, you'll be able to earn those perks back faster than you did before. And so now it's going to talk about the new raid in the Dark Below. This is Crota's End. Now this raid promises to have you to use teamwork in order to get through it, and there's tons of enemies and swarms of things coming at you. And I just really love the beginning of the raid as you kind of drop down into the planet and just in complete darkness, and then boom, you hit the ground, and now your team has to travel to different light poles that are in this complete dark area, and you have swarms of enemies in the hive coming at you. And it's just really intense because you have this weight of darkness which prevents you from running and double jumping, and there's certain holes in the map that you can fall down into, and then you die and have to be revived. And it's just something that, again, it's just very hectic, and I just love it with the raids. But I found that I was able to get to the middle part of this raid very easily. It wasn't as hard as the Vault of Glass, I would say, but it still is a challenge. But once you figure it out, I think that especially the first half of the raid is something that you'll be able to breeze through as your team gets more comfortable with it. But one more part concerning this raid is that the hard mode is still locked, and it'll be unlocked in a few weeks, and that will really allow you to fully upgrade to light level 32. But in the meantime, you're just going to be playing the Dark Below. You're going to be grinding, and there's some things that I kind of didn't talk about, the new materials that you use to upgrade and different methods and things like that. So all in all, the Dark Below is an expansion of Destiny. If you didn't like the original Destiny game, which only came out about 3 months ago, you're not going to like this expansion. And so I do play Destiny a lot, and I find a lot of great things about it, but it's those few things that kind of make you scratch your head, and I'm sure Bungie can fix them. So add me on Xbox Live, GeekManNerd. That is my gamer tag. Find me on there. If you see me playing in Destiny World, shout me out and I may do a raid with you. But also to leave your comment down below this video and let me know what you think about this new expansion, also just the entire world of Destiny itself. And so also, I know my tech videos have been slacking, haven't been uploading as much as I used to, but hopefully I can get back to normal here very soon for you guys. Again, thanks for supporting me, and I will catch you later. Peace.